Guys, welcome back to the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you might be watching this. I'm Scott from King Vehicle Damage Repair. Today, it's going to be a video on this G63 finished in Designo Magno Black. Let's go. So this G63 is finished in Magno Black. We recently repaired the offside rear corner bumper, and having repaired that, we noticed that the near side had also been repaired previously before, but not very well. We'll overlay some images and a video of our repair work that we carried out a couple of weeks prior to this video. And then what we'll do is we'll take a closer look at the poor repair by another repairer that was carried out previous to the vehicle being bought by the owner. Now that you have seen what the bumper corner should look like, what you can see here on the problem area is that the previous repairer has basically painted and lacquered the corner bumper in a gloss lacquer. It should be a matte satin looking finish, just like the rest of the vehicle. But what they've tried to do here, it looks like they've sprayed a clear glossy lacquer and then tried to make it matte by actually scuffing it or keying it up, which is just the complete wrong way of carrying out these type of repairs. So when you paint matte or satin cars, it's quite a specialist job to do. A lot of repairers shy away from this sort of stuff. It's only the real good body shops, real good repairers that will take on this specialist kind of paint finish. And then when you take it to another level is when you're doing it in an outdoor environment. But at King Vehicle Damage Repair, we're always pushing the limits, always pushing the boundaries. And this channel is about showcasing the level of repair quality and the skill set that I and my brand have. So we're going to give you a step-by-step process today as to how we tackle matte or satin finishes outside of the workshop environment. So let's get cracking. All right, so before we do anything, first thing we're going to do is check the color. As I said, I've repaired this vehicle before, so I know what it is, but for the purpose of this video, we want to do a quick spray out and check the color is good. Then we'll crack on with the repair. In actual fact, there's no physical repair today, there's no damage. All we actually have is a poor repair. So it's actually a rectification today. So let's get this color checked. Some would argue that this paint finish is satin. Some would argue that it's matte. Let me know in the comments. In actual fact, the technical data sheet for this paint color actually says it's a flat color, which means essentially it's matte. What do you think? I'm saying it's somewhere between matte and satin. Anyway, we've done our spray out card. If you come round here, we'll just put it up to the vehicle in the light and you can see that we've got a good match. So let's get the repair or rectification process underway. Some of you guys that pay attention to detail might notice that when I prep an area, sometimes I might not cover the area that we're not painting. The reason for that is I always polish the adjacent panels. So if I do touch the edge of a panel with a Scotch-Brite and it leaves just like a little surface scuff, if you like, I'm always going to polish that panel anyway. So with matte cars or satin cars, you can't polish the finish once the lacquer's been laid down. So it's so important that you don't cause any damage to this part of the car, because it's very difficult to rectify, as I say, because you can't machine polish it. If you imagine I put a machine polisher on this paint finish, what you're going to have is a glossy spot. So that is one of the challenges of working with this kind of paint finish. So it's important that you cover the areas that you don't want to affect. So we'll quickly mask off the area, then we'll get straight into the prep work. So now what I'm going to do is key up the area, give it a real good scotch. As I said, there's no repair work, so we're literally just going to key up the area and then just go over the top with literally a dust coat of colour, and then the matte clear. I'm going to call this matte, by the way. I'm going based on the technical data that our paint system says, so I'm saying this is matte. In the wrap world, some would argue this is satin, but in the paint world, which is where I'm from, this is matte, not gloss. So the panel is scotched up, looks better already. I mean, guys, whoever repaired this before, you probably would have done a better job not painting it, just scotching it up. I'd say that's closer to the original finish than what it was before. Now, would you say that is matte, this is satin, and this is gloss? Zoe, who's behind the camera, is from the wrap industry, and she believes that this is a satin finish. Let us know in the comments. Let's get masked up. Final preparations now on this G63 AMG. This is also an edition 1, by the way, so we'll show you the interior shortly. It's not just any G-Wagon. As I say, it's an edition 1, which is pretty much top spec. Final preparations, just going over the panel with some solvent-based degreaser to remove any dust, any last dirt or contaminants on the panel. And when you come to do these kind of finishes, it's so important that the panel is clean. It's important anyway, but it's even more important with matte and satin finishes because, as I said, you can't polish it. So you're only going to get one shot at this. What we will do is put down some paper on the floor just to stop any dust that might be on the ground blowing up, so we don't end up in a situation where we get dirt in the paint and then maybe have to rework the panel, because we don't like doing things twice. Do it once, do it right. Do it right, do it once. Whichever way round it is, but you know what I mean. So we're ready to paint. Paint's in the gun. We're going to apply a couple of light coats of colour over the panel first, and then we'll go with the matte clear. You don't get to see the application process on these vehicles or with this type of paint finish very often, and I love doing this kind of work. I'm not sure how many of you might have seen this kind of thing being done before, not only in a workshop environment but outside, or in this case an underground car park. So I hope this comes across well on camera. Without further ado, let's get the paint laid down. All right guys, so matte lacquer. We're going through the mixing process to mix up the matte clear. That's normal gloss clear. That is the matte clear. They both use the same hardener. Now, the PPS pots that I've got them sitting in are Etalon. Previous to now, I've used Gurko lids and liners or 3M. I've just switched over to Etalon. Bodycraft Supplies in Watford have provided me with these. It's not a paid promotion, by the way. I just like to plug a good product when I find one, and I have found one. These are a perfect rival or perfect match to the 3M or Gurko products. And I think they might even be a little bit cheaper. So the link to this product is in the description. Get in touch with Bodycraft. They supply me with various goods that I use throughout my day-to-day running of the business. And yeah, Etalon, give them a try. Anyway, as I said, these use the same hardener. Today we're running with the matte clear, not the gloss, so we'll get rid of that. Pop that in my Etalon pot. Let's get it mixed up and on the vehicle. So all is looking good. The colour is laid down nicely. We'll just tack off any dust or overspray that's sitting on the panel. Got my Etalon PPS lids and liners. I based up with Gurko because I'm going to do literally do a back-to-back comparison. I've done a test run with this the other day, and there's literally no difference in quality. And I think I'm really happy with these. So I'm going to make the switch over to Etalon completely once I run out of my Gurko lids and liners. But today we're going to pass over with the clear using this new product. Let's go. Oh no, I put the wrong lacquer on. I got the matte mixed up with the clear. Looks like we're gonna have to rework it. Now you didn't think I messed up like that, did you? Not even for 1 second. Have a look at the completed job. We haven't reworked it. When you lay down matte clears, when it comes out of the gun, it goes glossy. And then as the lamps bake the clear coat, the solvent evaporates and it dries as the desired finish should. As you can see, the finish is smooth. We'll show you that it's consistent with the original paintwork and there's no dirt in the paint. As I said to you at the start of this video, it's very, very important that you keep these jobs as clean as possible because you will not get a chance to nib any dust or dirt inclusions in the paint out because you cannot polish matte finishes. So it needs to be as smooth as you can possibly get it. You might have seen other repairers use paint pots that are actually fixed to their gun. I use throwaway pots largely because I believe it's a cleaner way of applying paint. And as I said, I've used 3M Gurko and I'm now using Etalon. Like many other brands, Etalon's paint pots or PPS systems have these little filters in them. So if you get any hard bits of paint or any dirt in your paint, it will filter the paint that's being fed into the gun and just gives you that absolutely optimum finish and limits any chance of any dust or dirt coming through your gun out onto the paint that you're applying. So yeah, if you're not using PPS, get onto it. A little bit more expensive way of doing things, but I swear by it. Be interesting to see what the comments say about that. All right guys, let's take a look at the completed repair with some natural daylight. And there you have it, original finish, King vehicle damage repair finish. That is matte Magno Black Mercedes Designo option on this G63 Edition 1. And this actually belongs to someone who's a little bit of a legend, Mr. Jeremy Aliadier, ex-Arsenal footballer. This is his vehicle. That is the repair. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're not following already, follow us on Instagram. Always got stories of all different kinds of repairs, all different vehicles, all different colors, dents, scratches, scuffs. If you want to see a daily update, follow us there and like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. As I said, if you're new around here, I'm Scott. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.